Circle Week has arrived. As a recording of this, Sunday, October 6th. First day, the next 6-7 days. Now there will be daily deals that will change, but the first one is earn $15 reward on one qualifying purchase of $150 or more. So the goal today is to spend at least $150, get the $15. Also, a couple other things to check out October 12th. So yeah, October 6th through October 12th. Circle days, 7 days of big deals. Suppose I better activate it. I imagine there's gonna be just deals on top of deals throughout the store. I just, monitoring the Circle app every day. I just recommend checking that out because every day is gonna be something different. And I suppose, if I spend the $150, get the 15 maybe later on in the week. Sometimes they save the best for last. You kind of heard that terminology. Might be another incentive. I did mention that I pre-ordered the next 4 collectibles, Batman the Animated Series, but today should be the day that the next 4 should start showing up in stores. I believe mine are coming by the 12th. So if you're looking to pick any of these ones up at Target, they should be showing up this week. Also running through the 12th, save $10 on a $40 or more purchase and save $20 on a $75 or more purchase. So another incentive to kind of stack up. Maybe I should have waited on getting mine. I could have saved some more money on that. Now, I haven't seen the Hal Jordan McFarlane yet. Such superpowers vibe here. I do have, I've seen the Batman, a closer look, but I've not come across Hal Jordan. Thought just stopping over here, maybe the animated series will be over here, but it's gonna be over by the collector's spot. Check this out, a Batman themed skateboard, the Hot Wheels. Also, they have an Optimus Prime. Dropping things. Yeah, the Optimus Prime skateboard, the Batman skateboard. These are pretty cool. Marvel. Right in front of the Batman area. Gotta admit, it was kind of hard finding $150 worth, and I went over it a little bit. I was adding the entire time. I didn't want to just get stuff just to get it. Look at the Joker right there. Plus, Ghostbusters celebrating, People Magazine celebrating 80s, 1984 edition. $15, we got it. A little safe. I managed to just go over a little bit. 164. Just. We gotta get that 100, we gotta get that 15, we gotta spend that 150 because I missed out the last time. And if you caught the last video where kind of showed where I store some of the boxes, it's been sitting in the car for a whole day now, and actually gonna toss them right into this dumpster right here. So I'm gonna get rid of these, and maybe, who knows, we'll fit something else back here later on in the video. And I mentioned that it's hard to, I don't know, they're just boxes, but they're memories and they're just nostalgia. But I can't hold on to these boxes. Most people don't, especially if I don't, if I no longer have the cabinet. So that's the kind of the salute to Ridge Racer and Killer Instinct. Pretty windy Sunday. Of course, we are in October. Welcome to this week's Walk and Talk, October 6th. We kind of covered that. Walking into Target, Circle Days. Might stop at another Target. I am interested to see if the animated series are really available today. If they're not at the next location, maybe not unless somebody already came in and got it, but the Target I stopped at doesn't necessarily get everything right away. And the other Target, that's where I picked up most of my superpowers. Also, might pick up, dare I say, another Arcade1up. We'll run into Best Buy, kind of do an update, talk a little bit more Arcade1up. Wow, it is windy out. I feel like I'm in Chicago. That's why they call it the Windy City. Get a coffee after Best Buy, and then, or maybe I actually might do it both at Target. They do have a Starbucks. Maybe I'll get a Starbucks. We'll run into Target, but first, stop at Best Buy. They do have the open sign on. I wasn't sure if they opened. It's a little bit before 11. It's about 10:44. Couldn't remember if they opened at 10, 10:30, or 11, but in fact they are open. Look at the doors are waiting for us. Get that iPhone 16 Pro. You know, my next phone, I do have an iPhone, but the next one I get is going to be the Max. I want a bigger, all about bigger, like bigger Arcade1up XL sizes. And yeah, we'll do that with the phone too. This is all new. Look at the Amazon. They did have the streaming station over here. So these little, I don't know what these would be called, cubicles shelves. They were all kind of scattered by the Arcade1ups, and now these are the new like display models. Yeah, just everywhere. So the revamp is almost look a little complete over here. Look at this. We were at the Best Buy at Mayfair. Now they have pressure washers. They have weed whackers, leaf blowers, all this stuff. They still have the display models for the Arcade1up. I was hoping that, you know, we'd see an area, we'd see something saying this is Arcade1up. This is where they're being kept, like we see with the Nintendos, the PlayStations, the Xbox, but nothing yet. I didn't think, you know, we'd see it yet, but it's happening. Something's got to happen. I mean, they're not just going to have two random cabinets sitting here and keeping all the. It doesn't make sense keeping all the, you know, the boxes in the back warehouse over there. I mean, people got to see it. It's like they got to see the smart glasses for living all in. And I don't think it would be something like this because, I mean, you couldn't really fit, you know, an arcade. I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to stand anything on top of here. They're not going to put. Oh, it's a Tesla Energy universal wall connector. Okay, so I had to come over on this side. So yeah, I don't expect or foresee anything like this for Arcade1up, but maybe something like this for like the Samsonite, because yeah, you can get suitcases now at Best Buy. I like what they're doing. It kind of brings a new mix. Obviously, look, we have Arcade1ups, a chainsaw, and a leaf blower. Most Jack, today might be the day to get an XL, and I wanted to come here, you know, kind of say hello and talk a little bit about what that next purchase could be. I almost bought Shack Jam a couple of days ago with Kohl's, running the Kohl's cash, priced at $6.99. You get 140 plus $52.50 in rewards. Kind of covered why I didn't like. There's another Shack over here. Why I didn't really like the new Kohl's system, because you get the rewards after the fact, way after the fact. So technically, it's giving us the fist bump right here. Technically, we're getting 140 Kohl's cash and then $50 later on. I'm going to predict that this is going to be the Arcade1up spot. It's going to be possible cabinet. I know there's some that contest that, and some boxes here, but or maybe just all boxes, but maybe an Arcade1up sign. I'm just assuming that this is going to be the ultimate spot, and maybe they'll leave, you know, since they do have, you know, a couple of displays here, maybe they leave one here. I don't know. That Greenworks is pretty close. It's kind of preventing. I don't know. This doesn't look right. I can see something else. I can see these shifting over to the main aisle. I mean, you know, you get people going through the flow. Not a lot of people come through and just kind of like zigzag their way through here like I do. Actually, while we're here, see if there's any new collectibles. I guess in this spot could be an area too. They could just combine this a little bit and maybe just put some stuff over here. Just an idea, but yeah, nothing too new in the collectibles. Actually hope Target has the animated series. Even though I pre-ordered, it'd still be kind of cool to go up to it and just see it today, if it did come out. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep them here because the regular animated series are, you know, in this spot, but because they're new, would they place them over here right away, or would they be by the action figures? I guess it maybe depends on, you know, where the person who's stocking it just decides to put it, but nothing's showing up over in the collector spot. So hopefully, yeah, I mean, not a big deal. I mean, again, I pre-ordered, but still just kind of hoping to come across it. I don't know, maybe it's not out yet. I guess it would have been here. I mean, the fact that you see the Chase figures, and we saw these a couple of days ago, Superman and Batman, are still sitting here, and I actually thought about just getting them because I had that 10% off coupon. But now if I buy both of them, you save $10 on 40 or more. So I wouldn't make anything on that. I would have to buy even more stuff, and that's how some of these coupons are going to work. You're really going to have to build it up. You'd have to get something like Captain America. But the fact that those were sitting here, I would have thought that if the animated series did come out today, it definitely would have been at this location. And of course, the new question is, every time I come to Starbucks, it's always going to be, is it super hot? Starbucks, it is. The pike roast was hot. The light roast wasn't. So I mean, luckily, I guess I always go for the pike roast when it comes to Starbucks, one with a medium. If not, I would have had, I don't know if they would have made one. Once it seems to be getting like cold coffee lately, I actually would have had to go somewhere else. And it's another stop, you know? Kind of, it just works out. 2 Targets and a Starbucks. Kind of doing a full circle today. You know, I've told the story over and over that this was the first place I saw Arcade1up, going back to 2018, 2019. And you know, just talking about making a decision on an XL. I mean, look at where the hobby's taken us, you know. Going back to that point on how the cabinets look to what we're getting now, we have no idea what's gonna happen. The wind is like shaking me. I have no idea like what is happening in the future with Arcade1up, but you know, there are some available, and that's what is pretty much kind of driving me to kind of collect them. Yeah, the full circle, the Killer Instinct box we just, you know, threw out. Picked it up right here, this very location. Figured we stopped at 2 Targets on the windiest day yet of 2024. Got to kind of even it out with 2 Best Buys. Just kind of do a little bit of a check-in on some of the deluxe, some of the new displays, because I mean, we're seeing the same kind of stuff we just saw at the home Best Buy. So I mean, this is how, you know, Best Buy for the most part going forward, kind of with these new shelves, and then coming over by the gaming area, see if anything has changed, or if the Arcade1ups are still just kind of scattered on the floor. And I did state that the last time we were here that, you know, there was a lot that were still there were a lot that were still in the back over here. I'm coming up with a decision. I know there's a reason I stopped back here, and we'll get to it. You might have to watch the video, because I don't know if we're gonna come back. So happy Sunday, Shack. Back in the day, like, man, mid-90s, you know, I got my driver's license 95. And I got the Pioneer. Look at the Pioneer is still Kenwood. It has been forever since I've seen the car stereos. Look at JVC. I'm trying to think if there was another one. Alpine. I think it was Alpine. Remember some of them, like, you could take the front of them off for like security purposes. Gosh, I didn't even know they still sold this. Batman MetaQuest is new. Like, this wasn't here last time. This is the spot. And the reason why I thought that the home Best Buy would have that end is because of this location and the other Best Buy we go to sometimes, where I'm not going to make it that direction because we're headed a completely other direction today. But this is probably what we're going to see at the home Best Buy. I mean, everything else is just kind of scattered. You know, if this is Arcade1up going forward on the cabs, it's kind of like, you know, whatever's available, you know, that I'm looking at, the XLs, maybe you just grab them, because I'm not interested in this. I want the bigger cab. That's the whole thing. I do get that urge, and I want to say something, that I don't have an issue with the deluxe, but time and time again, I am just drawn to the XL. So like, let's say they come up with a new title, and then they don't go the NBA Jam Casinocade route. They give us, you know, the true deluxe, and it's Smash TV. Of course I'll get it. But when they come out with an XL, it's an XL, and that's because of Killer Instinct. You know, I have Golden Tee, I have Pac-Man, and those are sold out. Like, you can't get either one of them. One was at Costco, and one was just pretty much everybody had the Golden Tee XL. Those are gone. Will they come back? I mean, you would hope so. You would imagine. Like, why wouldn't they? It's Pac-Man. We do have another Golden Tee right now. It's not the same, but it's still Golden Tee. KI Pro sells out. It's gone. I don't think they'll ever come back with it. There's just something about getting that bigger cabinet. But when we saw the Deluxe for the first time, I mean, Mortal Kombat 2 was my first. It's a great cabinet. I'll always, you know, if they come up with a new title, I'll get the Deluxe. But if they do the XL, yeah, I'll upgrade. Take the XL at Costco right now. These are selling out everywhere. You can get it online for $629.99. The shipping's included. But you try to go to a store, not a lot of them have them. They're all out of stock. And just look at this in my area. So I mean, we're talking in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, like surrounding states. Look at how many of these are out of stock or low in stock. There's one place in Wisconsin still showing in stock. Illinois, and then they're gone. And you just look at like the distance, you're like 82, 83 miles. It's insane. Now, I called a couple of days ago, and display units are still at Costco, and we always say, you know, when the display's left over, you'll get the best deal, right? Not exactly. It's kind of like that Hertz commercial. There's Hertz and then there's not exactly. They're not discounting them yet because they're still a new item. Like your Costco's might still get these, I don't know, but they have not marked down. So it doesn't matter that the cabinet has been sitting out there the entire time, that 15,000 people have went up to it. They're gonna still sell that for $5.99 until probably another couple of weeks or a month from now. And then you kind of run into the fact of, well, yeah, I'm holding out for the display unit, but are you gonna be the lucky one to come across it when they do mark it down to like $3.99? And then you take Shack Jam for a second, and it's sitting at $6.99 at Kohl's. And today is the last day for the Kohl's Cash, the 10 for every 50 spent. So yeah, you get the 140, the 7.5%, and we could use that. Tomorrow is the 7th. We have between the 7th and the 20th to use. I was gonna get, you know, a new jacket. Still gonna get the jacket, but am I gonna spend $6.99? And you know, I've been thinking about that. I've been going back and forth. I have 3 XLs right now. I'm gonna count, you know, Killer Instinct Pro as an XL. It's an XL size. I have the Pac-Man and I have the original, you know, the Golden Tee XL. There's 5 total. Right now, Shack Jam and the Midway Golden Tee that's at Costco. You know, there's the possibility of having all the XLs, you know, and kind of going from there. Like I said, you know, they give us Deluxe, or you go back and, you know, let's say Tron is re-released with the riser, and you get stuff because, you know, you missed out on it the first time. But every time an XL, a Deluxe, an XL comes, I know there's a lot of work to be done with Shaq, but if I keep NBA Jam, I still have to change the screen. Like, you know, have to change the monitor to the 19-inch. There's stuff we have to do to all our cabs. Some of us choose to just live with it. I just don't know if I want to pay $6.99 right now. Even though we're getting this, I'm still spending $7.35. It's just like the day that I bought the open box NBA Jam at Best Buy. It's kind of a road trip. We kind of documented it 2 years ago, actually on a Sunday, windy day. Might have been a little bit cooler. Packers were at Washington. They ended up losing that game. And who are the Packers playing today? They are at LA. They're playing the Rams. So history repeats itself, and I pick up a cabinet. You know, who knows? Maybe the Packers, nonetheless. I never was satisfied with NBA Jam. I did a bunch of stuff to it, ended up getting the Deluxe. Killer Instinct, picked it up here. Did a bunch of stuff to it, ended up getting KI Pro. I never planned on getting KI Pro. I should have just bought Shack Jam 2 years ago. And I've talked about Shack Jam for 2, and everyone's probably like, we're so sick of it, just buy this stinking thing already. I know, but now it's $6.99, and it's just like, you know, all this stuff going on. Got a little bit of a road trip right now, and this might come to a little bit of a surprise to everybody. And stopping off for a coffee. Got my Packers cup. Hopefully that's, fingers crossed, it's a good sign. They'll improve to 3-2 today. We're almost there. Almost at where we're going. Not to 3-2, but our final destination. Usually, you know, the pumps are facing the other way and they're a lot closer to the building. Never noticed that at a Quick Trip. I am in Madison, Wisconsin. This is the state capital. Just kind of a little on the outskirts. It's called the Beltline, which is right up on top of the hill here. I got my Packer cup. So we're heading to Middleton. And we're probably about, I don't know, about maybe 12 miles away. About 15 minutes, give or take. So yeah, we'll be there shortly. Now this may come to a big surprise. I know. I don't really know. I'm kind of speechless myself. I kind of came to this decision that on Friday I was going to come out to Middleton because it's the only place that actually has the Golden Tee Midway XLs. They're selling out everywhere, and you know, I could get the display model. Why am I talking about this? It's an XL. Is it the FOMO? It's hard to explain. I have 3 XLs. This would be number 4 if it's still here. And I just drove an hour and a half to come here. Hopefully they're still in stock, but nothing in the area. I was gonna stop at a Costco in my neck of the woods just to talk about it before, but there was really no reason because there were none there. And it's not about the $6.99 for Shaq. Let's say I buy this. Let's say it's here. It's $5.99, taxes kick in, it's like $6.29. Add the jacket, the $100, the $105 that I was gonna get from Kohl's with the Kohl's cash. Add that to the $6.29, we're at $7.35. That's exactly what Shaq would have costed. It's not the fact of I'm saving $100 by shopping at Costco today versus going to Kohl's to get Shaq Jam. It's the fact that, am I okay passing on this if it sells out? Like, to really think about it. And I want to share something, if it's still here. I want to share something when we get in front of there, because it kind of goes to the example of how I buy the cabinets. It's never anything that I actually plan on doing from originally. It's always like, you know, my plan I never seem to follow those steps. But, you know, all of a sudden something happens and something that wasn't on my radar to begin with shows up as, you know, it's on my radar. I don't know, it's confusing. I know, but it's the fact of I don't want to miss out on this. It's FOMO. FOMO is just so stinking powerful. There's a thrill factor when you're at somewhere and you're ready to pick something up. I haven't bought anything like this from Costco for a year when I bought Pac-Man XL. And the fact of if Golden Tee is here, like I'm ready, I have the cart. I didn't want to walk and try to see if it's here and then turn around, grab another cart. Guessing maybe there it is. Look at this. This could be, I wonder if they have the Jurassic Park pinball here yet. Let's park this right here. This could be the very last time we come up to Golden Tee XL Midway at Costco. What's going on here with this startup screen? We have to hold this down for 5 seconds. We'll see if it goes away. Turned it off. Hey, you just hate to see that happen. So I called on Friday. They said they had 6 here, and it looks like they have 5. So somebody might have, unless they're counting this as 6. Maybe nobody purchased since then. And I gotta tell you, in the parking lot, I was kind of hinting, you know, things that I planned. The more I saw this, I didn't really want it. Like I wanted it less and less every time. I'm not gonna get that from Ms. Pac-Man, from the Party Kids, only from an XL. And I think it's just the fact of when these are gone, they're gone. I mean, if they bring them back, maybe they do. Maybe they bring back this whole thing. Fire it back up. Lights came on. And that's another thing is the lights. And you know, just I'll kind of finish off with NBA Jam Deluxe. Just in kind of comparison, it's firing up okay. So maybe it's just because they leave it on for so long, but I'm gonna take one of these and just put it in the cart. Maybe the track mode works. Good. You hate to see that stuff happen. Also, I want to add that the Mona Lisa is a Lego now for $74.99. And I will add that it's nice when there's a couple, because the first one, I don't know how much of a big deal this is, but it had this. You don't want to watch, I grabbed one that's not gonna work. You wanna have choices, like if there's a couple here, kind of rotating some around. This one looks pretty good. And it's a lot lighter than KI Pro, so that's a good thing. The year of Golden Tee, it's real. Now I got 2 of them. Well, I mean, you got the Midway on here, which I want to get into. I want to just kind of end with, kind of wait for the, I haven't bought anything at Costco for so long. I want to add on the Midway and why I did what I did. Just got to get through here. Still got a couple things to do. We still have Shack Jam. We still have an ALP. So I just want to throw that out there. We had to take care of this because these are selling out and not too many of them left. Now there are 3 boxes here and 1 display. I don't even know if there's any other Costco's in Wisconsin that physically have any more boxes. It's all the additional Midway games. Like I don't have Sinistar, I don't have Gorf. To play these on a 19-inch BOE, that had a lot to do with this. The Frankenstein cabinet, yes, it has been purchased. It is in the car, and boy, am I gonna be in trouble. And that's gonna do it for today. Kind of leave this here, I guess. It doesn't really fit in with the other carts. I was gonna grab one of these, but then it's one thing throwing it in the back of the car. It's another thing like going up. I mean, look how high these carts are. Huge. Like this is almost comes up to my chest. I mean, this is just a big cart. I mean, to go up this high, I think this is higher than the back of my car. That crow is just sitting on top of the building going, Kelly's gonna be really pissed. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for coming along with me. My decisions are completely unrational. The FOMO gets the best out of me. But when we're talking about driving an hour and a half to find one of the the last stores in the state that carry an XL, the crows they're like, I don't know, Phil. It's FOMO, and it's an XL, and I have 4 out of the 5 XLs. Yet another cabinet purchased before Shack, and nothing makes any sense with me, does it? Well, Loki, what do you think? It's lighter than KI Pro. I'm gonna take it downstairs. I think we're just gonna slide it right down the stairs. Might need your help on the other end, but I'll handle the weight. Just kind of let it fall on me. That's the first time I ever just kind of slid this down. Loki was actually, she was on the other end. Went back up to get the camera because it's still about, I don't know, 90 pounds, 84 pounds coming down on you. Can't believe I bought Golden Tee Midway XL. Was not gonna do this. Anyone that asked me, you gonna pick that up? I said, I'm not gonna get it. We checked it out at Costco. We checked it out, but we didn't check it out. I don't think I gave it, look at this leap. I don't think I gave it a lot of, fair time here on, let me turn around, on the Midway games. Like, it's hard to play all this stuff at Costco. I have big plans for this. Maybe we'll talk about it in the next video, but for the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow. She loves it.
Wow.